Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rose Writes and I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug fan fiction. Shout out to Fluffs on Instagram for their beautiful art. They also have an incredibly adorable shop full of Miraculous Ladybug goodies, so definitely check that out. All links will be in the description box below. Now then, please enjoy Love in the Rain. Ladrien sat on his white couch reading the newest manga he purchased from the bookstore. Water streamed down his window pane with a small amount trickling onto the floor. Maybe I should actually close the window, he thought, taking a step in that direction. He left it open for two reasons. One, in case he needed to transform rapidly, and two, in case his girlfriend came to visit him. They didn't have patrol today, so it's likely she wouldn't be out. It had been raining all day, so her coming to visit didn't seem very likely. As soon as he had moved to the window to slide it shut, he heard a voice above him. What, trying to shut me out? Her familiar voice teased as she held onto her yo-yo string hanging upside down. Never! He smirked at her, then kissed her, her hair tickling his face. Ladybug unfurled herself, sliding gracefully through his open window. He slid it shut behind her. She made a large circle around his room, stroking the binds of the books on a shelf and the top of the foosball table. Her movements were smooth like a ballerina gliding across her stage. It sent his heart fluttering and a lump to his throat. The relationship felt so new, but at the same time, it was familiar. For so long, he had loved her in another life. Right now, they were the biggest power couple in Paris. Ladrien, aggressed teen model and idol, dating Paris's beloved superheroine Ladybug. Lost in thought, his eyes settled on her, watching her every move. Can I help you? She stopped abruptly, crossing her arms with one hip jutted out. Oh, sorry. I think you're beautiful. I didn't mean to stare. He averted his gaze, ashamed for being caught. You know I love you, right? Ladybug said as she walked up to Ladrien, looping her arms around his neck. Of course. And I love you. He smiled, wrapping his hands around her petite waist. So, how do you feel about a Disney marathon? Ladybug's smile lit up the dreary room. She was his ball of sunshine on a rainy day. Always. Sleeping Beauty? While Sleeping Beauty wasn't their favorite princess, Aurora's song was Ladybug's favorite, and it sounded even more beautiful in French. The movie played as Ladybug snuggled into Ladrien's chest. Then Prince Philip and Aurora began to waltz. May I have this dance, m'lady? Ladrien internally winced after he used the pet name Cat Noir used for her. But hopefully she wouldn't notice. He was just trying to be chivalrous in a cute way. If she did notice, she said nothing, but her eyes were wide, her lips slightly parted. She got up from her spot clumsily, then did a fake curtsy. They waltzed around the blank space of his room, her soprano voice singing Once Upon a Dream. Ladrien had heard the song 1,000,000 times, but no other time compared to when Ladybug sang it. His heart soared. He could listen to her for a lifetime. After the song ended, the couple continued swaying. In the smallest voice, Ladybug spoke. She spoke so softly, Ladrien thought he imagined it. So, when were you going to tell me that you're Cat Noir? All of the blood drained from his face, and he felt like he was going to be sick. Ladrien stopped dancing, posture rigid. He struggled to breathe for a few seconds, as if his childhood bully just punched him in the stomach. Ladybug sensed his hesitance, pulling back to stare at him with nothing but kindness in her eyes. M'lady, she giggled. All of a sudden, everything clicked. She stood holding his hands, stroking the tops of his palms. Hey, we're good. I told you I didn't want to know, so you didn't tell me. I found out. Ladrien looked down at their hands, giving hers a gentle squeeze. I've always loved you, Ladybug. As me. As Cat Noir. Completely. The words tumbled out of his mouth. I know. I love you. As me. And as Ladybug. Her voice was soft once more. This time a pink blush peeking from under her mask. As you. As who? She avoided his green gaze, knowing he wanted an answer, and was completely entitled to one. But the words never came. Could you love my civilian self? I don't love you because you're Ladybug. You know that. That's not what I meant. Her eyes welled up with tears that he desperately wanted to wipe away. He wanted to retreat back to the couch and watch more of the movie. He wanted to clear away her sadness, even though he didn't understand why she felt this way. Then what? If I reveal myself to you, then we can only date as Ladrien and Ladybug anyways. Otherwise, we'd have to break up publicly, and how's that going to look if you break up with one girl only to date another? She took a few steps back to pace. Ladrien stood motionless, watching her for a few moments before smiling. Ladybug. Ladybug! Ladybug! She stopped in her tracks, flinching. I love you, okay? The girl beneath the mask. The girl who saves Paris every day. My partner. I love you, Ladybug. He pressed a kiss firmly to her forehead. She hugged him tightly, clutching his shirt in between her fingers. Should I de-transform then? Only if you want to. No pressure or anything. She went back to her arms crossed position, smirking cheekily. I'm definitely feeling the pressure. Here, I won't look. Promise. Her eyes narrowed skeptically. Cat's honor? He held up a Boy Scout hand sign to which Ladybug rolled her eyes. Ladrien did as he promised, and Ladybug inhaled deeply, and on her exhale said, Spots off. Can I look now? Ladrien started, only to be cut off by Marinette. No. She emphasized, placing her hands across his, breathing deeply. Marinette kissed him, her hands melting around his neck. Eyes still closed, his hands fell to her waist. Adrian's eyes peeked open, taking in the pink of her cheeks, the freckles lightly dusted on the high points of her cheeks. His lips that kissed her morphed into a smile as he whispered against her lips. I love you, Marinette. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big like and comment too. That'd be awesome. Stay miraculous.